Hey everyone, how's it going? Thanks so much for tuning in. Today, we're going to be taking an in-depth look at the 2023 GMC Sierra 1500 AT4X. Now, a little while back, I had the chance to check out the new Sierra Denali Ultimate. I've got a link to that review down in the description below. As you guys will see throughout this video, there are a lot of features that are shared between these two different models. While the Denali Ultimate is certainly more towards the luxury end of the spectrum, the AT4X is more catered to off-road enthusiasts. But as far as the appointments and the options, stuff like that, there's a lot of similarities. Of course, I'll talk about that all throughout the video, as well as dive deep into what makes the AT4X special. As with all of my reviews, I'm going to cover all of the ins and outs and take this thing on a thorough drive. I've got a whole lot of stuff to cover, so without further ado, let's go ahead and start her up and let her run. For the 2022 model year, the current generation GMC Sierra lineup received its first thorough refresh since it was introduced in 2019. Along with two new trim levels, the Denali Ultimate and the AT4X, the vast majority of the Sierra lineup was enhanced with styling and design updates inside and out. Some of the exterior highlights include new front bumpers, fascias, grille designs and finishes, new dual projector LED headlamps and C-shaped daytime running lights, animated exterior lighting sequences, new wheel designs, and new colors. The all-new Sierra AT4X continues GMC's efforts to break ground in the premium truck category. The AT4X is a balanced execution that delivers advanced off-road capability when called upon without compromising the on-road comfort, tech, towing, and payload capability expected from a premium truck. You can think of it as a Denali Ultimate that's better suited for the road less traveled. That being said, there's a lot that makes the AT4X unique and significantly more capable. The standard AT4 already adds a 2-inch factory lift, standard 4-wheel drive with a 2-speed transfer case, locking rear differential and skid plates, off-road tuned Rancho monotube shock absorbers, and so much more. Some of the styling and interior features carry over to the AT4X, with the biggest changes dealing in elevating the truck's capability off-road. For example, Multimatic DSSV spool valve dampers are standard on the AT4X, along with unique springs that, with the dampers, increase maximum front and rear suspension travel by 50mm and 25mm respectively. There's specific off-road chassis and suspension calibrations as well when compared to the standard AT4 suspension. The 4-wheel drive system's 2-speed transfer case has selectable modes for different off-road conditions, including terrain mode, which allows one-pedal rock crawling. If that wasn't enough, front and rear locking differentials are standard, a combination not offered by any other competitor in this class. Under the truck, there's a larger steel transfer case shield and the option for an additional steel rocker guard as shown on this example. Of course, the wheels and tires are unique too. This example is actually a 2022 model, but for the 2023 model year, GMC is launching the AT4X AEV edition, which raises the bar even further. It too will feature a number of unique goodies, such as AEV stamped steel front and rear bumpers with heavy-duty recovery points and winch capability with the front bumper, 5 hot-stamped boron steel skid plates, race-inspired laser-engraved 18-inch AEV Salta wheels in gloss black finish with AEV's signature recessed valve system, and 33-inch tires and a number of distinct styling touches. The AT4X is currently available in 8 exterior colors, with Summit White being the standard color. Everything else comes at an extra cost. All of the standard Sierra's bright work has been darkened for the AT4X. In addition to the standard body color bumpers, red recovery hooks and recessed exhaust outlets for an improved departure angle. As far as the rest of the Sierra lineup for 2023, there are 5 body and bed configurations to choose from. When it comes to crew cab short beds, there are 8 trim levels to choose from, including Pro, SLE, Elevation, SLT, AT4, Denali, Denali Ultimate, and AT4X. Pricing across the lineup ranges between $47,995 and $83,595. This example, again being a 2022 model, had a total MSRP with destination of $80,440. The tailgate is electrically operated and can be opened at the back or within the cab. The damped design prevents the tailgate from slamming down when opened. One of my favorite features is the Multi-Pro tailgate, which offers 6 functions and positions for enhanced second-tier loading and load stop solutions, as well as a standing workstation and easier access to items in the bed. There's a grab handle that can be raised and locked in place for easier hoisting up into the bed. A weatherproof kicker audio package is also available with the Multi-Pro tailgate, which includes a 2-channel 100-watt amplifier hidden in the tailgate, along with 2 speakers and an illuminated display, all fitted in a custom ABS baffle with full gasket sealing. The system operates completely independent from the interior audio system. Devices can be easily connected via Bluetooth, a 3.5mm aux jack, or a USB input. With the optional Carbon Pro bed available on the AT4 and Denali models, you get best-in-class short bed cargo volume. The bed is 5 foot 8 inches long and has a total of 63 cubic feet of volume. That's about 1 cubic foot more than the standard steel bed. The extra volume can be credited to the sidewalls being pushed out about 7 inches further thanks to the carbon fiber composite's formability, allowing for deeper and more complex shapes with variable thicknesses. On the flip side, the standard roll-formed steel bed floor features high-strength steel that's 50% stronger than the previous generation Sierra. It's available with a spray-in bed liner too. Additional bed functionality includes enhanced LED cargo lights so it's easier to work at night, and a multitude of fixed cargo tie-downs that are rated at 500 pounds per corner, not to mention larger bumper corner step openings and an available 110-volt power outlet, depending on the trim level. The Carbon Pro and steel beds also have pockets, so you can slide in 2x6-inch wooden dividers for better cargo organization and separation. If you opt for the Carbon Pro bed, you'll get the most scratch, dent, and corrosion-resistant pickup bed in the industry. In other words, a bed that'll maintain a premium appearance over the life of the truck. The bed does not need to be painted and is UV stable. Because of the carbon fiber composite's natural durability and dent resistance versus aluminum or steel, there is no need for additional bed liners, including spray-in liners. The bed weighs 25% less than a traditional steel bed, removing roughly 65 pounds of vehicle mass. The AT4 and AT4X come standard with a wheel and tire setup that's more off-road appropriate than any other wheels offered across the Sierra lineup. The standard 18 by 8.5 inch wheels are mounted to LT 275/65 Goodyear Wrangler Territory all-terrain tires, unless you opt for the available mud-terrain rated LT 265/70 Goodyear Wrangler Duratrack tires. There's also an available 20-inch wheel option that's only offered with the LT265/60 all-terrain tires. While the Duratracs offer great traction in the muck, you have a trade-off during daily use, as you'll notice more road noise than you would get with a typical all-terrain tire. As far as the brakes, all Sierras feature 4-wheel internally ventilated Duralife rotors with electro-hydraulic power assistance and ABS. The rotors span 13 by 1.18 inches in front and 13.6 by 0.79 inches in the rear. They're clamped down by 4-piston and single-piston calipers respectively. Stopping from 60 miles per hour unloaded takes about 126 feet. The Duralife brake rotors have better resistance to corrosion to increase rotor life, minimize brake pulsation, and improve aesthetic appearance. The rotors feature a corrosion-fighting process called ferritic nitrocarburizing, which can double rotor life expectancy and reduce or minimize rust. The foundation on which these new full-size trucks are built consists of a fully boxed steel frame that drops 88 pounds and offers 10% greater torsional rigidity when compared to the previous generation trucks. Thanks to a mixed materials approach, these new trucks also shed about 360 pounds thanks to the use of aluminum for the doors, hood, and tailgate. Steel is still used for the fenders, roof, and the standard bed. All of this leads to a stronger platform and improved driving dynamics. The AT4X in particular might be a tad firmer of a ride when compared to the Denali Ultimate, but the difference is negligible. For an off-road focused truck, the AT4X is downright comfortable and a pleasure to drive. It's smooth and handles well. The enhanced front and rear suspensions incorporate new lightweight components, such as composite second-stage leaf springs on the rear suspension. The general suspension design includes an independent front setup with coilover shock absorbers and a solid axle setup in the rear with semi-elliptic variable rate 2-stage multi-leaf springs and splayed shock absorbers. The steering is an electric power-assisted rack and pinion system that offers good feel, responsive behavior, and easy maneuverability. The AT4X offers 10.9 inches of ground clearance as well as approach, breakover, and departure angles of 25.5, 22.7, and 23.9 degrees respectively. With the Multimatic DSSV dampers, GMC has pulled out all the stops, equipping the AT4X with some of the most cutting-edge shock absorber technology on the market. The original concept came from figuring out how to integrate spool valve technology, which has been used in hydraulic systems for years, into an automotive application. That being said, the DSSV system was first launched on the mid-size Chevrolet Colorado ZR2. The spool valves are built using spring-loaded valves, which can open and close at different rates as dictated by the speed of the damper's shaft. The game changer when it comes to an automotive application is the fact that these spool valves can be tuned for different applications, depending on driving conditions. The damping force can be easily changed via the truck's drive modes to have a softer, smoother ride for on-road driving, or a firmer, more resilient feel to benefit off-road performance. The DSSV dampers are both position and velocity sensitive, a rarity in the industry up until this point that's best experienced from behind the wheel. They deliver consistent performance in a variety of conditions and hold up very well to intense, prolonged use, thanks to the fact that the hydraulic fluid's relative viscosity doesn't really affect performance. Therefore, as things start to heat up, the ride quality won't suffer. Unlike the AT4, which is offered with a choice between gas and diesel engines, the AT4X is gas exclusive. Power comes from a naturally aspirated 6.2-liter V8. The V8 develops 420 horsepower at 5,600 RPM and 460 pound-feet of torque at 4,100 RPM. This is a fantastic engine with a great sound and plenty of power to get you up and going. It's built using aluminum for the block and heads and features an overhead valve design with 2 valves per cylinder and variable valve timing. Fuel is delivered via direct injection. The compression ratio is 11.5 to 1. Max engine speed is 5,800 RPM. Exterior auxiliary transmission oil and engine oil coolers are standard, along with a 170 amp alternator. A couple of advanced fuel-saving technologies include auto start-stop and dynamic fuel management. The latter combines a number of cylinder deactivation modes that are designed to optimize engine efficiency across a broad range of driving conditions, including towing. The auto start-stop is surprisingly unobtrusive, one of the smoothest I've experienced, but if you prefer, it can be turned off by a button in the center stack. EPA estimated fuel economy numbers for the 6.2-liter using regular 87 octane ranges between 14 miles per gallon in the city and 17 miles per gallon on the highway. In mixed driving, I saw around 15 miles per gallon. The total tank capacity is 24 gallons. On the AT4, the diesel option is a Duramax 3-liter turbo diesel inline 6-cylinder. Although I haven't tried it myself, it definitely sounds intriguing, as it develops 277 horsepower at 3,750 RPM and 460 pound-feet of torque at 1,500 RPM. The total torque matches that of the V8, but it comes on far earlier in the rev range, which should benefit towing mostly. It's also estimated to deliver superior fuel economy numbers that range between 19 miles per gallon in the city and 26 miles per gallon on the highway for 4-wheel drive models. The standard transmission is a 10-speed automatic. It's electronically controlled with GMC's new electronic precision shift system, which is just a fancy name for an electronic console shifter. Other Sierra models that have a bench seat instead of bucket seats still use a traditional column shifter. Paddle shifters are included too, but they do more than just allow for manual gear changes. They also operate the electronic range select feature, which tells the transmission which gear range to shift between. In other words, selecting 8th gear, for example, would prevent the transmission from shifting into 9th or 10th gear. Out of the 10 forward speeds, the top 3 are overdrive ratios. The closeness of the gears allow for quick and smooth gear changes to keep the engine within its sweet spot for impressive acceleration and snappy throttle response. This also helps with towing performance. Speaking of acceleration, this example hits 60 miles per hour in about 5.8 seconds, which is impressive for a full-size truck. You have a selection of drive modes too, including normal, off-road, terrain, and a trailering mode. The modes adjust the transmission shift points, throttle mapping, and StabiliTrak system to optimize performance for the situation at hand depending on the terrain or weather conditions. Like I said earlier, the AT4X comes standard with front and rear electronic locking differentials, along with a 3.23 axle ratio and hill descent control. The ELSDs offer more precise traction and power engagement. Infinitely variable clutch engagement delivers torque to the wheel with the most traction in low traction scenarios. With the added ride height of the AT4 and AT4X, it's a little more difficult to climb inside without having standard running boards. This example has the optional rocker panel protectors, but they're not an effective running board. That being said, GMC does offer running board options that match the truck's theme, including high clearance versions. Inside, GMC designers set the Sierra apart from its competitors with new interiors on the SLE, Elevation, and SLT trims, as well as unique premium dashboard and center stack designs for the AT4, AT4X, Denali, and Denali Ultimate trims. All of this was introduced for the 2022 model year, and what a leap forward it was. There's new color and stitching designs, as well as more premium materials throughout the cabin. On the SLE trim and above, there's an all-new 13.4-inch diagonal horizontal infotainment touchscreen and an all-new 12.3-inch diagonal digital configurable instrument cluster. The center console design is all new as well, featuring electronic precision shift on models with bucket seats. A new power-adjustable steering column is standard on upper trim levels. The AT4X's interior theme is known as Obsidian Rush. Once inside, the blend between capability, comfort, and convenience becomes obvious. There's a plethora of high-end touches, including dark Vanta Ash open-pore wood trim, a leather-trimmed instrument panel, full-grain leather-wrapped door panels with etched stainless steel speaker grills, a full-grain leather-wrapped console lid, full-grain leather front and rear seats with the AT4X badge on the front seat backs, beautiful cross-stitching and accent piping, metal finishers, premium micro-suede on the headliners, visors, and the A and B pillar trims, along with leather-wrapped A and B pillar handles. The wood's darkened finish creates a distinctive color blend, while the unique technical grain leather accents, white piping, and red stitching show off impressive attention to detail. The front seats are all new and offer best-in-class 16-way power adjustments and multi-mode massaging. They're extremely comfortable. Heated and ventilated front seats are standard, along with a heated steering wheel and heated rear seats. The standard 12-speaker Bose Premium Series surround sound system features Centerpoint technology with audio pilot and a rich bass woofer for a clean, crisp sound and powerful lows. A dual-zone automatic climate control system is also standard. It can be operated via the analog controls in the center stack or digitally via the infotainment system. The centerpiece of the Sierra's redesigned interior is the all-new and customizable central touchscreen and, of course, the digital configurable instrument cluster. Together, they provide incredible levels of personalization and intuitive engagement, starting the moment you slide behind the wheel and the driver's information system comes to life. The personalization options allow you the ability to prioritize views and even have 2 areas of information. For example, you can display navigation and trailering details simultaneously, with the option to prioritize one or the other. You can also choose full-screen navigation or entertainment or other options. It's all about enabling a more personalized experience that enhances comfort and convenience. Additionally, the Sierra comes with Google built-in capability except on the Pro, with 3 years of service included with AT4 and Denali trims. With it, many of your favorite phone features are available in the vehicle through the infotainment system, including Google Maps, Google Assistant, and Google Play. With Google Assistant, you can use your voice to get directions, play your favorite podcasts, control vehicle functions, and more, so you can keep your hands on the wheel and eyes on the road. Google Built-in is compatible with both Apple and Android devices, working with and complementing existing connectivity features such as wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, as well as Amazon Alexa. Additional Sierra technologies include an available multicolor 15-inch diagonal heads-up display, which along with the other two displays, take the total of available digital display space to more than 40 diagonal inches, each helping provide an engaging, customizable, and comprehensive driving experience. As expected, the current Sierra lineup is packed with every safety feature one could hope for in a new premium truck. There's a lot of additional driver assistance tech too, in addition to the standard active and passive safety systems. In general, GMC's Pro Safety Driver Assistance Suite is standard, which includes forward collision alert, following distance indicator, front pedestrian braking, rear pedestrian alert, lane keep assist with lane departure warning, automatic emergency braking, buckle to drive, and, depending on the trim level, safety alert seat. Of course, there's a plethora of additional tech available depending on the trim level. Like the Denali Ultimate, the AT4X includes everything as standard. Additional features include front and rear park assist, lane change alert with side blind zone alert, rear cross traffic alert, teen driver, rear seat reminder, IntelliBeam automatic high beams, perimeter lighting, a rear view camera mirror, and adaptive cruise control. GM's Super Cruise system is only offered on the Denali and the Denali Ultimate. If you'd like to learn more about it, check out my Denali Ultimate review. There's 6 airbags in total, including dual-stage frontal and seat-mounted side impact airbags, driver and front passenger airbags, and roof rail airbags for all outboard seating positions. In addition to the rear view camera mirror, the Sierra is available with up to 14 available camera views, such as transparent trailer, 360-degree surround view, and hitch guidance with hitch view. You also have an in-vehicle trailering app where you can input custom trailer profiles, test trailer lights, diagnose electrical issues, monitor tire pressures, run through trailering checklists, and more. Another cool feature is GCW Alert, which will signal when the maximum weight the Sierra can safely carry is exceeded and signal when the vehicle may be overloaded. Of course, the Sierra's trailering and hauling abilities vary depending on the cab and bed configuration, as well as the equipped powertrain and drivetrain. Out back, there's a 2-inch receiver hitch with 4 and 7-pin connectors, not to mention provisions for plugging in cameras. The new Sierra also offers additional safety and driver assistance features with trailering in mind, including trailer side blind zone alert, which accounts for the length of the trailer when changing lanes, and enhancements to adaptive cruise control to enable use while trailering. The AT4X's payload capability is 1,420 pounds, and its trailering rating is 8,900 pounds. A trailer brake controller is standard. If you opt for a Sierra 1500 that has the max trailering package, you're able to tow up to 13,000 pounds. While not available on the AT4X, the package includes an automatic locking rear differential, an enhanced cooling radiator, a 220 amp alternator, revised shock tuning, heavier duty rear springs, a 9.76 rear axle, a 3.42 axle ratio with gas engines, or 3.73 with the diesel engine, as well as a trailer brake controller. Today's premium trucks rival that of many luxury full-size SUVs when it comes to comfort, amenities, and overall utility. It really is the best of both worlds. The AT4X is no exception, as rear seat passengers are treated to many of the niceties found in the front, including premium leather upholstery, wood, plentiful soft touch points on the doors, heated seats, USB charge points, and adjustable air vents. There's tons of room, too. Compared to the previous generation Sierra, the new crew cabs have 3 inches of additional rear seat legroom, making it easy to stretch out and get comfortable. Grab handles on the B-pillars help with entry and exit. Once inside, you'll notice there's plenty of head and shoulder room too. You can sit 3 adults in the rear seat without issue, although the middle seat is best for temporary use versus long trips. The outboard headrest can be folded for extra visibility, and there's a fold-down armrest that can be brought down if no one is sitting in the middle. It has 2 cup holders built in. I love how the upholstery back here mirrors that of the front with all of the little embossed details and the intricate stitching. Of course, there's plenty of storage too, from seat back pockets to large door pockets and a couple of additional cup holders in the back of the center console. What I find super cool are the storage pockets that are built into the seat backs. That's a nice touch. There's even carpet-lined underseat storage. You can flip up the seat bottoms to really open up the floor space if you needed some dry interior storage. Overhead, there's LED illumination and coat hooks. A power sunroof is standard. Storage for the front passengers include large door pockets, center console space with a variety of trays and cup holders, a large covered container with USB outlets, a 110-volt AC power outlet, and a wireless phone charger, plus upper and lower glove box compartments, which the upper one is exclusive to the upper trim levels that have the more premium dashboard layout. The lower glove box is lockable. There's even an option for a center console mounted safe for an added measure of security. Well everyone, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you all enjoyed the in-depth look at the 2023 GMC Sierra 1500 AT4X. Be sure to stay tuned next time and leave a like down below because it really helps the videos a lot. And if you haven't subscribed already, consider doing so because of course there's always a lot more content where that came from. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.